Good morning, Patriot family. Allie's in studio today. Happy
Allie's
Friday.
in the house. We got the memo, the dark color.
Yeah, I don't
Dark
know.
MAGA today, guys. Dark MAGA.
I honestly, when you got out of your car, I thought you were in like a two-piece, but it's super cute. You have a nice little black dress. It's
listen,
adorable.
there are goals that are not met just yet. Once that happens, break out the two-piece. All right, guys, welcome. Thank you for joining Open Mic. We hope that you're already following us on all social media, at Real Allie Leger, at Michelle Posey, and at Open Mic Ladies. On all platforms. So far, so good. We're still on YouTube. Facebook has not, they've kind of throttled some of our stuff. I forget which one it was. We said something about the vaccines. And they were like, false information.
And we're like, have you seen the recent ACIP meeting? Just wondering.
Just wondering. We've got a ton to discuss with you today, including we're happy to finally hear from Dan Bongino, the Deputy Director at the FBI, but we have a lot of questions.
But are we, though?
I mean, I am, because I thought I was worried they were keeping him in some closet somewhere. Like, when you don't see somebody like Bongino for a while, I'm used to his face. It's comforting. His voice, the way that he dove into information on his podcast. So I'm looking for that kind of leadership in this administration. So I'm glad to see him. We're going to break down what the new information about the J6 bomber that is now detained. We're also going to talk about CNN racially classifying the pipe bomber. Did you hear this?
Oh my gosh. Yes, I did.
You get ransacked if you misgender somebody.
Insane.
But he can misrace somebody. It's crazy. It's crazy.
We'll dive into it.
So much going on, guys. You want to keep it locked here. Make sure you share, and let's open that mic.
Taking back our freedom, back to where we started. We're wearing our red hat tonight. It takes more than just a feeling. Oh, better be believing, and America's gonna be home.
What do you do when they try to cancel you? MAGA Nation, we cancel proof. My red hat stays on. My red hat stays on. You know I love God, but in Trump I trust. November 5th, he gon' ride with us. Our red hat stays on. Our red hat stays on. It's the mayor of MAGA, the RNC King. 2024, freedom gon' ring. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. I'm still fighting for each one of you. And keep your red hat on.
All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. Got so much on the docket to cover, and probably some things we don't plan on, because that's how we roll. Largely uncensored, unfiltered, unmuted, and, well, you know, what happens, we're the recipe of what happens when moms activate. It feels like Avengers assemble, but only moms.
Stay-at-home moms, assemble. No, but it's not just stay-at-home moms. It's all moms.
Girl, remember the days when you could stay at home? Not anymore. Get out there. There's a fight to be fought.
That part.
All right, let's rip the Band-Aid off with the J6 bomber arrested. Now, this is not the woman that we talked to you about a few weeks ago. Remember, there was gait analysis, like apparently that, I don't know, led to they thought a woman. This is completely different. They're talking about the suspect, Brian J. Colt Jr. of Woodbridge. Take a look. This is directly from the FBI website. They're talking about the investigation into the pipe bomb. Almost after 5 years have passed, the FBI will never rest in bringing justice. But part of what they've released says that this is a historic arrest, and it shows the FBI delivers on its promises to protect the American people. Can we push on the brakes for a second? I love this marketing hit by the FBI. I know why you're doing it, because I understand that you've had a lot of flack for not delivering somebody when you've had so much video surveillance of whoever this person was that planted this bomb. But I don't know. We have a lot of questions, Allie, don't we?
I think we do. I don't know. It's hard to it's hard to conceptualize, I feel like, because part of us, I think part of the majority want to understand and believe and trust that those that we have put our faith in to run these organizations in a different way, that they're telling us the truth.
Yeah.
Part of us want to believe that. But the other side of us wants to kind of, I think it's good to have healthy skepticism.
It's like a scorned woman. I'm playing this in my head, and I'm like, I want to believe you.
I do.
But I've had no history in my life that says that I should.
Right. Well, when you spend it was the last, a couple of years, 5 years, berating the agency and then saying that it had to have been an inside job because of the information and the people that were talking to you about the case. And then you get there and it's like the complete opposite of what an independent journalist has found and what their analysis is, and along with some others that used to work the investigative arm of the FBI who actually was a part of this. And I think there's a lot of questions.
There needs to be a healthy skepticism of all forms of government. That's how the government seeks to only pad and insulate itself. So we need to do this no matter who's in office. Take a look at some of what's been published, though. This coming from and being reshared by Nick Sorter. We love Nick. But he says this is the criminal complaint that was released. The FBI was able to pinpoint, apparently, at exactly which stores, on exactly which dates, each individual component for the pipe bomb were purchased. And they were, in fact, purchased, according to the FBI, by this guy. And so you can see there's I don't know if you can see that surveillance still image. Again, masks. Thank you, COVID tyrants out there that had us cover our face, because what does it do also? It helps to hinder investigations. So, we're not getting a full picture.
And then there were people that the New York Post interviewed that were living on the street where this coal was found, and they said that he had unusually short legs. And when you look at there's been photos that have come up, he has a longer torso and shorter legs, and so you see the video or the picture of him and the way he looks, and that he would always wear Crocs, he was not ever out of Crocs, and then you see him in sweatpants and a hoodie, and his legs are longer in this photo. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it's the nuance, maybe I'm just crazy, but I don't know.
Well, and so
those are just the questions that we're hearing.
What I love is that John Solomon took to Steve Bannon's war room the other day, and he had a lot to say about how this came about. Apparently, just like with the administration, there was a group of intelligence officials that were on this case for quite a while, and nothing was being done. And then, according to him, I'll let him tell the story, but Bongino steps in, deputy director of the FBI, and shakes it up a bit and gets a whole new set of eyes on it. And that's what started this moving forward. Take a listen to John Solomon.
Mentioned, I think it was just before Thanksgiving on your show, I thought there would be an arrest this week. They were zeroing in on a gentleman whom they arrested this morning in Northern Virginia. And the way this case was cracked was about a month or 6 weeks ago. Bongino, who was the lead on it, and Patel decided to take the old agents off the case and put a new team on it. Now, there was a little resistance, as there always is in the FBI, to any form of change. But the new team came in. They applied some new ideas, some new technologies, and some of the evidence that was sitting right in front of them with fresh eyes was followed, and it was able to be led to this gentleman who they arrested a little bit ago. We don't know much about his ideology or his intentions or his motives yet. And one of the things that FBI officials stressed with me this morning is that this is really the beginning. The arrest is the beginning of trying to understand how this operation was conducted, who's behind it, whether there are more conspirators or whether this is a lone wolf. Still all of that to be determined, but a really extraordinary effort. Almost 5 years later, with a fresh set of eyes and a different approach, the FBI that couldn't solve the case for 4.5 years solves it. Very much like the way the Charlie Kirk investigation occurred in the first few hours. There were a lot of FBI agents in old guard that didn't want to put the suspect's photo out, but Kash Patel and Bongino insisted that was going to be key to getting the father to flip. And they put the photo out, the father flips.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. And I mean, how do you argue with that?
Well, but I think this is a tall tale sign of what happens when you're allowed to continually sow distrust amongst the American people.
Right.
We have been lied to. To have a complete administration lie to you about the mental capacity of the commander-in-chief. That is one of the deepest seated lies ever told to the American people. And they doubled down on it even right up until his debates with Trump, until the American people saw and were like, we're not stupid. We can see that he clearly doesn't know what he's talking about. So when you have that level of deceit coming from the federal government, even with a change of guard, it's hard. It's going to be very difficult. And I might say it's extremely healthy. It's extremely healthy, but I want to not hinder what they're doing as well. I want to let them be successful.
It kind of shows to the world that MAGA is not an echo chamber. MAGA is not a cult where we follow one groupthink.
Yeah.
We are actually asking questions, whether it makes people in these powerful positions that they have the privilege to sit in.
Right.
Whether it makes them uncomfortable or not, the fact that we are still able to ask those questions and have these conversations, I think, is super important.
Let's be honest. If we took the approach that our guys elected, our guys in office, all of our people are in the administration, let's not be so tough on them. Allie and I have been lovingly approaching on this show our comments towards Dan Bongino and Kash Patel because we do want to see them succeed. But if that kind of pressure isn't always put, even once your guy's in office, it doesn't always lead to the best outcomes. Listen to what John Solomon had to say. He said 6 weeks ago, you guys, all of a sudden, this idea comes into his head. You know what? Let's get new people on the case. You know what they do in law enforcement on cold cases? They reopen it and put new people on the case.
Right.
So it works. It works. And you know what, Democrats, you can send me a thank you note. It's fine, because what we don't do, we're not the party of bobbleheads.
No.
We don't just go along to get along. And
there are different lived experiences too, because we were in Spaces last night and there was someone that has been like, I've been a part of cold cases before. I've been on the victim side of it, and it really is confusing. There's a lot of information that goes into it. There's a lot of work that goes into it, and there's a lot that still needs to be proven and still needs to be corroborated. And most times you have these narratives that are pushed by reporters that will just be narrative based, and it's salacious, or it's seeped in psychological word framing that makes you think about it's like public verdict before an actual lawful verdict, and that is public assassination.
That's exactly what that is.
It sways the people's opinion before a verdict is actually even given, and so I think this is another reason why we need to push for the repeal of the Smith-Month Modernization Act. I'm gonna say it, you guys, until I'm blue in the face.
We're gonna get
plackets. I'm gonna get stickers and just freaking put them on every time, like Velcro. I'm just gonna look at it, point.
But this is what was so infuriating.
This
is what's so infuriating this morning as I'm getting ready and I'm in the car and I'm coming here, is hearing Democrat pundits saying, "What? I can't believe it took them so long. They had this stuff in January. You were in office for 4 years.
So what are we talking about?
Me? Maybe if you were not trying to confuse our children on which bathroom to use, maybe you could have actually been focused on real investigations. But who am I? I'm just a mom. What do I know?
Just a mom.
So let's hear from one of our faves, Dan Bongino, Deputy Director of the FBI. He took to the stage and had just a few short words. Take a listen.
We've been working on for a very long time. We deeply appreciate it. Thank you for the kind words, Attorney General and Director. I appreciate it. Folks, this is what it's like when you work for a president who tells you to go get the bad guys and stop focusing on other extraneous things not related to law enforcement. This is what happens. We had a great team. I know it's said a lot in this business. It was a team effort. It becomes cliche, but cliches are useful for a reason because they matter. And this was a team effort. The director and the attorney general emphasized that it was not a new public tip this came from. This was our internal work at the FBI.
It was our internal work at the FBI.
And then they don't have to give out the reward money because they figured it out.
Oh, that's right. Maybe they can do like a Trump thing or a Corey Mills thing, and they can just donate it somewhere.
Probably not. It's probably going to get reallocated. They're definitely not going to donate anything.
Well, no matter where you stand on this, whether you are a full-blown skeptic or you are somebody who is interested in seeing what comes of this when we get more details, the one thing we can all agree on is, based off of all the pictures that have been released of this suspect, he is 100% not a white male.
No.
My vision is okay.
You should have led with the photo.
Well, no, this is how bad it is, okay? So CNN does their own little piece where they're like, the suspect, they name his name and they say he's a white male. But what they don't do is they don't put his picture up side by side. So we had an independent journalist, Nick Sorter, who did it for us. Take a look. Oh, a little bit of a tech difficulty. That's all right. Yeah, so CNN's Jake Tapper, while we're waiting to get that video up, he went out of his way to lie on camera, live, and call the J6 bomber a white man. Now, he's talking about the fact that this took so long, 8 months? We're 8 months into the 9 months into the Trump administration?
9 months into the Trump administration.
He doesn't mention the 4 years that the committee Who represented us? Liz Cheney? Yeah, thank you,
Lord,
Liz. No,
not gonna go
not
there.
a representation of me.
This is insane.
As we work on getting that back
So,
up.
but like, do you guys see why we need to push for the repeal of the Smith Modernization Act? Like, that allows reporters to literally lie to you. They're allowed to lie to you. They don't have to tell you the truth.
Here's what I want to know.
Why is it still sitting? Speaker Johnson, is there not enough public pressure? Hello, everybody that is watching. You're on your phone already. Can you please just get on like your email or call his office and say, hey, Speaker Johnson, I'd really like to hold our media accountable. I know you guys talk about it all the time. Almost all of you that are in Congress talk about, on the right, talk about how we need to make sure, hold the media accountable.
Misinformation.
Right. So why are we still sitting on the repeal of the Smith Modernization Act?
Wow.
Is it because of who filed it? But I thought you were protecting that person.
Well, and here's what I would like to know, Allie. We have so much of our viewing public out there, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, so many people that remember the era of the Cold War. Many of you that watch are your conservative Reaganites, right? You remember, tear down this wall. You remember that moment? There was a complete scare in this country about communism, about socialism, about Marxism, post-Cold War. And I'm part of that generation. And I remember people talking about the potential misinformation and propaganda that would be used on us, just as it was in some of these other countries. We had protection in this country. Do you realize that? We had protection against that since the mid-'60s. It wasn't until the wonderful Barack Hussein Obama decided to repeal that and not allow that any longer. If you think about what he set the deck of cards up to play against, he set the stage for COVID.
For Russiagate, for the J6 committee, for the debauchery at the Secret Service, for the debauchery within the FBI and the CIA. Like this sets up the whole thing. It sets up everything for what we're currently seeing right now. When you sit there and you look at, it's just peaceful protesting and it's actually an entire city on fire. And then you sit there and you say, oh, well, they're just small fishing boats, and you actually see that it's not. It's narco-terrorists. Like when you say that it's a white male and you can clearly see that it is a black man. Like that set up everything.
But this is what drives me crazy, CNN. This is Jake Tapper. Can we just have dinner one time? I just want to sit across from you and ask.
No.
You want me to call somebody who's got a beard and clearly a biological male, but because he's in a dress, you want me to call him a woman. But you can misrace a guy? Do you understand what I mean? Like, your eyes don't deceive you. Well, by the way, I'm hearing in our ear, we are checking our live streams. It's not uncommon that people, that we've had hits on our show as far as being dethrottled,
Weak sauce.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Weak sauce.
Weak sauce.
Weak sauce.
So if you're only hearing audio or the screen is frozen, stay tuned. We're getting that fixed. Let's